Welcome to Two Moist Ladies.
Hi, I'm Barbarella.
And I'm Floella.
And together we're Barb and Flo, and we like to welcome you to our show, a little bitty, pitty little show.
But isn't it Flo and Barb?
Oh, it's totally flowing, Barb. No, you're Flo.
I'm Flo.
I get confused. I'm sorry. I took a little bit of LSD last night. And yes, we've got quite a show for you this week as well. Of course, we've got the lovely Floella joining me as usual for our Moist Women segment. And also Pretty Boy Trent here with his recipes. And we'll be discussing topics and having a general laugh. We are allowed to laugh nowadays, aren't we? Yes, I feel we can. And kick back, laugh.
Ooh, moist women. Ooh, moist women. Ooh, moist women. Ooh, moist women.
And this week, of course, the lovely Floella. And I've been having a bit of a week actually, Flo. I would say down below this week with my moist and dryness. And I'm yes, one can laugh about it, yes, in the background. But I suppose you've been primed and ready for action.
I've been... haven't been very itchy this week, which has been very good. I feel a general sense of freshness, which is always very relieving.
Lovely,
especially in these very chaotic times, you know.
Crazy
world, darling, crazy world.
Crazy world. I wonder if that's where I got my thrush from this week, actually. Flo, because terrible. Well, any bakery would have loved to employ me this week. I can tell you, darling, I'd have been cracking out those rolls all day long. Yes, I've been drinking some cider vinegar, and I do believe that we're going to cover this topic later on in the show.
I believe we are. There are various different solutions, all of them quite natural.
Lovely. So keep with us, stay with us, yes, on those dry and moist matters. And yes, I'm just going for a quick rinse.
I know my pussy.
And this week's I Love My Pussy chat is about thrush. Been hearing some terrible stories in the news this week, Flo, about garlic being inserted into the vagina for thrush.
And other members of the aliment family. Onions, shallots.
Oh.
Yes, quite harsh.
Really. I would actually only advise this if you are frightened of vampires, or if you are particularly trying to fight off a very virulent and ardent, unwanted man's approaches.
And poltergeists. Keeps poltergeists out of the pussy.
Oh, yes, that's right. I've often heard they creep in at night, yes. And also the other one, yes, but other than that, the hideous, I would definitely not recommend this form of flushing thrush. I have heard that you can apply, I myself have actually applied several times in the 70s, natural yoghurt to my vagina on the outside.
Yes. Natural yoghurt, very gentle, very soothing, lots of lactic acid to annihilate any unpleasant pathogenic bacteria. Yes.
Is there any oral form that you can actually take for the vagina, or do you have to actually push it all in there, Flo?
I would say slather it on quite liberally, insert a little, and yes, maybe drink a little apple cider vinegar.
Apple cider vinegar?
Yes, darling.
Oh, really?
Flush the system out.
Oh, that sounds hot. That sounds a lot better. Yes. So and again, we don't put that into the vagina. Don't put that into the vagina.
No alliums, no vegetables, no fruit in the pom-pom. Thank you.
Oh, and definitely no celery.
No celery. Absolutely
not.
Celery.
No, we don't want a celery stick full of thrush, do we?
Jobs for me.
Well, my boyfriend is a grass dart cutter. And Dorothy's boyfriend weaves pearls from moonbeams in late autumn.
You sound a little throaty, darling.
Yes, I'm definitely a bit throaty. My friend
My gay friend said it was cockthroat.
Darling.
I'm rather worried because next week in Derbyshire I'm going to a clam tasting competition.
Clam luring, darling.
Well, apparently that's secure, darling, so... As I was discussing with my queer friend, pretty boy Trent, who was discussing the trials and tribulations of having an anal bleaching.
Yes, he's an expert in these things, isn't he?
Oh, yes, darling, he's been going for years.
Yes, darling,
And he did say that a part of his anus had come adrift.
Well, the Botox, darling, the Botox helps.
And the 20 years of bleaching, he felt
Yes.
that he'd maybe overdone it by going every day.
And the rectal stitching. I think the rectal stitching helps a lot, darling.
Which brings us on to, Pretty Boy Trent's new recipe he's discovered.
Pretty Boy Trent's recipes.
And he's joining us today, Flo.
Hey. Hello.
Yes.
How's it going?
Oh, very well. And what have you discovered for us this week then, Pretty Boy Trent?
Cockthroat. Well, yeah. Well, the best way to get a good dose of cockthroat is a lot of cum. And
What? We're talking about recipes now, Pretty Boy. No, we are discussing the banana leaf recipe, I believe you were talking about.
Cumin.
No, it's cumin. I'm just cumin.
Fresh should the cumin be?
Fresh cumin, and it should be so fresh it should be still warm.
What, the cumin?
Warm cumin. You'll need the severed paw of a koala, and
Fresh or dried?
fresh, still warm, preferably. Also, everything's got to be warm. But if you haven't got a koala paw, you can use a possum.
And then what do you
How long are we boiling
roast
this
it?
for?
Yes, boiling, roasting, or
Because it's called cockthroat tea, isn't it? How long are we boiling this for, Pretty Boy Trent?
we'd have to apologise for him.
Simmering.
I think he's been out raving.
This rather beautiful concoction. It sounds mouth-watering, Pretty Boy Trent, I must admit. It's making me want to fly to Australia this very moment.
Well, I
and
can't-
find a koala and chop its front paw off this very
yes.
second. Yeah.
I've had this soup and I highly recommend it. Actually, it's blended. You blend it, blend that paw.
I do.
And yes,
I do
very
believe it was
tasty.
a favourite of
Plenty of
Queen Victoria.
Was it?
I believe there is a lot of historical royal legacy towards
Is that
this
what
particular
made her
tea.
look so lithe
I do believe
and
it, yes,
attractive?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, that and the
With
cock ring.
cumin.
Yeah. I forgot. I'm sorry. Yes, Pretty Boy Trent. Yes, and yes, don't forget the cumin.
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 Thank you.
And now, orgasm in a box.
And this week's orgasm in a box comes from Tara Banks. Yes, for that stunning display this week. An absolute orgasm of a woman, 45 years old, stunning, stunning darling, absolutely stunning. And all we can do is say kisses all over your pink bits from here, deep in Ploppy. Your pink and taupe, purpley, sparkly bits, which I'm sure there are many, Flo. And yes, no need to be ever dirty again as far as I'm concerned if I was around Tara.
Cracker chat, cracker chat.
And this week's cracker chat, the dreaded to some, loved by others, the world famous knitting circle. And we've been looking back, haven't we, Flo, to the ladies' knitting circles of the early 1920s. And, well, we've been quite surprised, haven't we?
Yes, darling, we've been absolutely astounded.
Yes, they've
Remarkable
been
history. Very remarkable.
innovative people, innovative.
Yes, knitting, vibrators and dildos.
I know.
In the 19th century. darling.
Very forthright. And, Well, a very productive knitting circle, I feel.
For sure, yes. Practice in the circle.
Because you
Everybody
could,
watching.
yes, that's right, with everyone watching.
Very
You
modern,
could actually,
darling, very
knit an Aran jumper, but then, only one fool's going to actually wear that, whereas a vibrator is used as a communal, happy tool.
Used over and over again, darling. Used over and over again.
Yes.
Eco-friendly. Eco-friendly.
Yes, it's organic, definitely. Spun from leprechaun's pubes, some of them, I believe, even flow.
Doors of diversity.
I like white wine.
And I like red wine because we embrace diversity.
And we still get on. Thank you, ladies. Good night.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
If you love grits, you gonna love this. We down here, we got double grit. We got grits stuffed with grits. We call them double grits.
The best grits money can buy. Gritty grits. The best of grits. Hurrah for grits.
You're gonna love them grits. See that boy? He made for them grits. Grits.
That's
And and don't forget, Flo, that this week new release comes from Sandra Bumhart and
the Pretenders.
Sitting on My Face Again.
Sitting on your face again. I'm sitting on your face again. Been sitting here since don't know when. I'm sitting on your face again. I'm sitting on your face again.
Absolutely brilliant. Sung with
Heartfelt.
in the early days she sung with she sung with Freddie Mercury's Moustache before they got together in the early 60s.
Awesome.
Yes.
I heard that she'd done a duet with Kirk Douglas's Chin Dimple. Awesome, darling.
Oh, fantastic.
Jam.
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 Jam. And this week's jam,
Is gooseberry.
gooseberry. Yes, now this is quite a controversial jam, I think.
Controversial because it's sort of spiky, somewhat reminds a person of an S&M gag ball in certain respects. But yes, it's spiky, somewhat hairy, somewhat like an old man's scrotum.
Yes, you're right. You're right, Flo. I often think of it looking like a glass of snot. Collected snot. But
Fresh snot.
fresh, of course, yes. Let's make that quite clear.
Very evocative.
And yes, it's a dinner discussion jam. Let's face it. If you're going to get this topic out with this jam, you really need to know your jams.
Yes.
So thank you. That's the our rating of the week. I would give that jam. I would give it a 1.
And I would give it a 2.
Yes, I think that's probably it. And this week's dangerous colour is lime green. Stay well away from that one, Flo, if I were you this week. This colour has been known to be tooled up, carry weapons. So, lime green. Well, darlings, and I think that's all we've got for this week now, Flo. And what a wonderful show it's been.
It's been an absolutely wonderful show, and I'm quite moist.
Me too. I feel almost rejuvenated, darling. Can't wait till next time.
Yes, very fluffed up, very labial moist.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Until next time.